In his talk with Charlie, Sneako said he was going to be a more thoughtful, empathetic man.
I just have to spread positivity now. I'm not going to go attack mode anymore. I don't think that there's any value to that. It's just going to come back to me.
Spoiler, it's hooey.
Ab and Priest, they're both fat. What the f happened? What's up? You're gonna be knocking on your door like that. Ordinary Gamers is fat. George Floyd was a meth head. He was fat as f. Transgenderism is a legitimate mental illness. Preach is really fat.
Which is
I wanna watch. Why you laugh like a why is your laugh soy?
Now this being his idea of positivity is kind of what I expected, and honestly I don't care if he's a little bit mean, but he's actually been getting way worse than even I thought possible. I'm not sure there's a worse type of person than those who simp really hard for Japan. The type of guys who say America's bad because it's too woke and degenerate and not racist enough, like glorious Japan. What'd you call me? What's a gadget? It means to go away foreigner.
You want to hear the red pill? Do you know why Japan runs smoothly? It's because they have a homogenous society. You have to see it for your own eyes. That's the America that Nick Fuentes wants.
Would you say that me having sex with my dog is the same thing as me having sex with a black man?
No. But they would both be degenerate.
Oh, there's just no degenerate behavior. You walk through the park, you don't smell any weed. Hold up. And a big reason why is because they have extremely low immigration.
Okay, firstly, he's just wrong. Japan, like most parts of the world, is full of degens. They just come in slightly different flavors. This is the place where lolicon is normalized, for fuck's sake. The place where inappropriate groping is so widespread, the government have had to take several actions to make women feel safer. Oh, this very young-looking girl left placed in a compromising, kawaii context for dudes to fawn over? She's actually a 900-year-old dragon, don't worry about it. Oh my god, he's just like me, for real. Anyway, not to mention rampant alcoholism and self-deletion, Japan is far from some degen-free utopia. Okay, not everyone lives in Duel Academy there. Hey yo, where my is that? Oh, but guys, didn't you see that one video where people helped out?
Somebody spills over their bag and everybody comes to help them out because they see each other as extended family. There's no culture war.
That would never happen in other places.
This is the train in Japan. Look at that line. This is something that will never be seen in New York City or America.
You also don't see separate carriages for women because guys can't stop diddling them.
Thank you so much. Hello. Oh, hi. Hello. Hi. Oh my god, why are you touching me? No! He's so... No, whoa, man, stop.
So what is this fantasy that orderly queues don't exist in America?
And this is a difficult thing for me to talk about because, bro, this is the meme, like, Sneako, I'm mixed, I am. So I'm like, part of that.
This is unironically, and I don't use this term lightly just because it's Sneako, cucked behavior. Like he's cucking out his own DNA. It's wild to me that someone who looks like a caricature of the American mutt from 4chan propaganda, like the male Ice Spice, is over here talking about how race mixing is an issue. I mean, look at this tweet. He's replying to a video of a group of black people attacking a white person, and he says, if the races were reversed, there would be a nationwide riot. The hard truth is the races would never be reversed, however. Is he saying that a group of white people has never beaten up a black person? Which is obviously untrue, but I also feel like this tweet is implying that black people are naturally more violent. I mean, I get that he's an idiot, but I didn't expect him to be this much of a racist too.
Bro, you're not gonna bring America back. You know why? Because as soon as you lay that picnic table blanket cloth over there and you sit down for Thanksgiving dinner, hey honey, and the white kids are sitting around there, you're gonna hear woo, 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 and black people are gonna be jumping on cars. Yeah, yeah, George Floyd. Yeah! What's up? What's up? What's up? You're gonna be knocking on your door like that.
Yo, this guy is racist as fuck, man. Like you're simping for Fuentes, a guy who thinks your very existence is degenerate. This is more cucked than anything you said from that one podcast. Also, Japan's lack of immigration is literally making it a dying country. Don't fetishize something they're actually trying to reverse.
As part of the solution, the Abe government has been proposing a more friendly immigration policy, which is allowing immigrant workers to stay in Japan for a bit longer.
It has a population crisis of a dying labor force full of overworked, depressed losers with too many old people to take care of. And unironically, there's a lot of incels.
In 2018, he married Hatsune Miku. She's a pop star hologram.
Of course it seems quiet and respectful to you. The average citizen there is 87,000 years old. No one with osteoarthritis and hip issues is going to be much of a menace to society.
Why you always lying?
Sneako loves his motto, seek truth through funny.
You have to seek truth through funny, that's my motto. I think anybody who's funny or who's entertaining, they understand the truth because you can't laugh at things that that are false.
I think he believes that if he says it enough times that something profound is being communicated.
I would say I'm like one of the most honest people that I've seen on the internet. That's why my motto is seek truth through funny.
To me personally, my truth is that Sneako's just not very funny. But more importantly, he doesn't care one bit about facts or the truth. For example, sharing an image of a fake tweet from George Floyd dissing trans people and not correcting it when being told. The reality is Sneako is a compulsive liar who will say outrageous shit even about his friends to propagate a false agenda or even just to seem cooler. Some of you may remember Sneako falsely alleging that Brandon Buckingham had threatened his girlfriend.
He literally threatened to R-word my girlfriend. Literally said that. He said that? Yes. Word for word. On his fucking public Instagram story.
So that was just a complete lie. It did not happen. And not just word for word. By any interpretation, it's just not what happened. And that kind of lying has not stopped. For example, strongly implying that Destiny's wife was pursuing him sexually.
They have an open relationship, which, you know, and his wife has been messaging me.
Has she actually?
You know, this is a touchy subject. Before I thought about tweeting it, I sent him this because, like, that's his wife. And I'm like, your wife is texting me. And he's like, LOL, you guys should do a collab. I'm like, what? She's been messaging me, actually.
Yeah. But where's the respect there? Where's the leadership there? I mean, how's their honor? Why? He doesn't care because he's chasing money.
No, I showed him. I told him, like, your wife's, like, messaging me.
His wife sent me DMs, like,
These are the salacious messages, by the way.
Sneako was the one that messaged Melina 2 weeks ago. Hey, if you're in Miami, do you want to come on stream at around 6? I can't today, traveling away for a bit. I'll let you know when I get back. What do you want to do on stream? Just chat and look at memes. Maybe Omegle could have a good debate. Sure, it could be memes. Did you watch my Judge show? Yeah, good stuff. So I'll just react to it. Glad you caught the 8% stat. Like, Jesus Christ.
These are like the most tame, chaste, nothing burger messages between two content creators looking for a collaboration. Now, I get that Sneako wants to offload some of the pressure of the cuck allegations onto Destiny, but come on, this is just low. Honestly, it's even kind of creepy how flagrantly manipulative he is. Now, he's been on a bit of a Muslim bend lately, so the falsehoods have taken a pretty funny religious tone, like him claiming that the mosque he went to was more full than the church he went to on Easter Sunday. Therefore, Islam better. But it was just a complete lie, as Gideon thankfully attested to. Turns out, Sneako was just late, so of course the church was empty. He just lies constantly, it's almost kind of impressive. Or like the time Sneako shared this Islamic propaganda video.
The word month is mentioned 12 times and the word day is mentioned 365 times. Word man and woman are both mentioned 23 times. 23 plus 23 is 46, which is the same number of chromosomes a human has.
Oh my god, so miraculous, it must be the word of God. Except none of this is verifiably true, it's just completely made up. Like the Islamic calendar doesn't even have 365 days in a year. Like this is the reality of how Sneako comes to find truth. He'll believe whatever makes him feel good in that moment. Like with how he defended the movie Cuties.
That movie was taken out of context quite a bit. People don't really see the moral of the movie, which was defending Islamic values.
No, Cuties was not a big thumbs up endorsement for Islamic values. This movie goes to great lengths to show the issues with fundamentalist Islam. The girl is driven to rebel so hard and do that sussy shit, in part because of the highly repressive culture she belongs to.
So Ami just takes that revolt inside herself and believes she can find her freedom through that group of dancers and their hypersexualization.
The only reason Sneako says this is because his brain is poisoned by the narrative he wants to sell rather than what's actually there. Like he's still sharing COVID misinformation. Like him claiming the vaccine is now banned, therefore he's always been right about not taking it. But it's just not true. It hasn't been banned, it's been replaced by a bivalent version that targets more variants. Because that's just better. You just need to Google and read past the headline for like 10 seconds, literally 10 seconds, and you'll know what's actually happening and why. But he doesn't care, he's never cared and never will care about the actual truth. Here's Sneako talking about Chris from Mr. Beast. He claims he wants to approach this with empathy. Hashtag love speech. Well, let's see that empathy in action.
What the fuck happened? Transgenderism is a legitimate mental illness. I believe I'm two genders at the same time. Mental illness. We need to start saying that. People who know the truth know that, but they don't want to face the scrutiny of everybody saying, but that's transphobic. Fine. I have a phobia of my son growing up with two mommies and one half mommy thing running around. I think you should be scared of that.
Sneako, assuming you're a man, why would your son have two mommies? You got something to tell us there, buddy? Here's the truth. He doesn't give a shit about this person's well-being. This is like those Christians from 30 years ago who used to say shit like, oh, I actually love the homosexuals.
I love homosexuals, if you can believe that. I love them enough to tell them the truth.
If you really cared, you would not encourage his delusion now.
Listen, I'm just more loving than you. I've loved them enough to tell the truth. That they're deluded, degenerate sinners whose militant agenda endanger our youth.
Homosexuals cannot reproduce biologically, but they have to reproduce by recruiting our children.
I think you should be scared of that.
What? That's full of empathy. Hashtag love speech. He doesn't care to understand the trans experience. He doesn't care to look up studies on what seems to alleviate their suffering long term. He just wants to dunk on trans people for his audience. Which, fine, but don't do it in this backhanded, oh, I'm actually spreading love, guys, kind of shit. You don't think Chris has already gotten a million messages about how he's deluded and mentally ill? You think you're the one that'll tip the scales for him?
I'm officially retiring the soy boy image. I forgive everybody who advocated for my cancellation or made documentaries about me.
So you made this collage, you constantly attack these people as ugly, depressed soy losers, and because just one of these 10 people called for you to be banned, you get to forgive them? Also, there was this moment recently.
You know, being an NPC.
Hey! You fit right in! Why is that? Like, you kind of glossed over this fact, and plus we're all love speech, so, you know, I'm not gonna go insulting anymore, but for you to, like, ironically insert yourself into the soy boy collage, but also unironically fit perfectly.
Okay, you can't just say I'm not insulting this person, but they clearly fit into my soy boy collage of shame. There's a lot of implied insults in that, my guy. This dude is so catty and backhanded, my lord.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
Okay, I found this clip and it's actually kinda sad.
I am realizing that I'm very easily influenced, chat. People can tell that I am easily influenced. Everyone thinks that they know everything and that I'm like a vessel to go and join them.
Yeah, kinda.
I don't think it's a bad thing. Well, I think I'm open-minded. It's good to be critical, to think critically, but...
No, you're not open-minded, you're lost. The problem with Sneako is not that he's sometimes wrong about stuff. It's that there's no sign of an intelligent thought process that suggests he can ever be consistently right. He's not anchored to anything. Truth bends to his momentary whims. Just believing whatever you find funny is obviously not good enough. You need a better process. He's really drawn to charismatic authority and almost everything he says is performative. He's like this amalgamation of regurgitated talking points from like daddy figures. It is bot behavior. It wouldn't surprise me if he starts repeating Destiny's talking points or becomes a socialist like Hassan one day. Alright, I guess that was my hit piece for the day. Check out my other videos and check out my second channel. I upload way more there. See ya!